the high triple for each of these bowlers. For Dave Richards, it's 468. For Phil Harris, it's 486. So if you're into numbers, I don't know, what are you going to do, box 486 or 468? A disappointing opening string for Phil Harris as he rolls a 100, and it's another $50 in bonus money for our challenger, Dave Richards, for winning the first string by the score of 150 to 100.
At Walgreens, saving money.
Windows and exteriors for your 20% discount coupon, financing help, and estimate with no obligation. Call 1-800-372-7400 now.
It's the middle string. That means our defending champion leads it off. Here's a better first ball for Phil Harris. He has a legitimate spare lead. The 2 and the 4 with wood in front and wood behind. Too bad. He fired that thing at it, and he only got just 2. Yeah. Is it going to fall? It's rocking back and forth, but it's not going to fall. Oh, too bad, because it was such a great comeback after getting just 2. Now our challenger, Dave Richards. He's representing Melrose Bowlodrome. As you heard me at the beginning, I mentioned to Phil Harris that the folks at Lucky Strike Lanes must be proud of him because that's the house that he represents. All right, Dave Richards is looking at the 2, 7, and 10. However, he has 3 pieces of wood scattered almost all the way across the deck and back. Let's see what he can do with it. That's what he can do with it. Make a spare. Just 3. He punched out 1, 5, and 9. All the rest still standing, no wood. This time he took out the 6. The box is just 6. Our crew today is Bob Oliver, Bob Armitage, Jeff Sullivan, Judy Guile, George Ellert in post-production videotape, and of course our producer-director is Phil Rubin. Our defending champion now looking at the 2 and 8 with wood in between. He also has to work on the 10 pin over on the right. Boy, he sent a piece of wood spinning over toward it, but didn't get it. It's a 10. Spread eagle. Still has the 8 pin in back. That time he only was able to take out the 6 on the right, so now he will go for 2, 4, 7, and 8. Nope, it's a 7 box. Dave Richards, today's challenger. 5, 8, 9, and 10. Those are the pins standing. Got a piece of wood that he's not too happy of its position. It's about where the 3-pin would be. That piece of wood is still there, and also the 5-pin. You got the rest. Now it's a 10. One pin standing, the 8-pin. Four pieces of wood gathered around that 1 pin, and he made it. So again, as we stop after 4 boxes of the first string and the second string, once again, it is our challenger, Dave Richards, who has a bonus ball still to be thrown. And in pins already down after 4 boxes here, he leads 30, wait a minute, they're tied, aren't they? Yes, 39-39.
Office nearest you.
All right, as we come to the halfway point, here's our defending champion, Phil Harris of Dorchester. That's the kind of bowling that he had last week. And he's been searching for it. Missed the head pin. He's now looking at 1, 3, 4, 7. Oh, man, talk about being robbed. Looked as if he had made the perfect shot over there. Unfortunately, the 4 and 7 are still standing. And they are still there. Dave Richards. Dave has all the bonus money so far, $200 worth. That's a fill on a spare. The perfect way to fill with a strike. First bonus ball. It gets him 6 and leaves the 4 horsemen on the left side. 1, 2, 4, and 7. Got 3 of the 4. It's a 9. Now Phil Harris. Obviously, our defending champion is struggling today as opposed to what he would normally do and what we saw him do last week. For a moment, it appeared he might get a backdoor strike, but it's not that kind of day, so the head pin is still standing. Now he has it for a spare. Phil is employed as a painter. We already mentioned in our pre-match interview with Dave Richards that he's employed by MVP Sports. They are rocking back and forth, but the 2-pin and the 5-pin refuse to go down. The fill is 8. Let's see if he can get these 2 for a spare. Yes. So he has 3 marks in the last 4 boxes. We'll try very hard to cut into that deep deficit he is showing right now on our scoreboard. And Dave Richards does not appear that he is going to let up. He has a single pin to pick up. It is the 8 pin with wood in front of it. And unless something very unexpected occurs, he will get it. And he did.
Mix it up!
Strike on his spare. So each of the bowlers has a strike in the 5th, then a spare. Well, let's get back to Phil Harris right now and see what he can do. He gets 8. Five and 8 are the 2 pins standing. For a spare, yes. So $50 in bonus money now goes to our defending champion, Phil Harris. Five, leaving 4 horsemen right side and a tough pin to get. It's the 8 pin. Obviously, he'd much prefer it was the 7 pin if he had to have another besides the 4 horsemen right side. So many times that happens. He was concentrating so hard on trying to get the 8 pin, he left the head pin. Gets it for a 10. A 126 string, which is, of course, better than his average of 117, and a lot better, obviously, than the 100, which he rolled in the first string. Dave Richards is really piling up the score. He just missed a 6 and 10. He can't believe it. He got the 6, but he can't believe he left the 10. Left it again. So it's a 9. Obviously, he needs just 2 pins to pick up another $50 in bonus money for winning the middle string. So he has that. He knocked down 8, and he's looking right now at 3 and 6. $135 plus. $144 as he fills with a 9. 2 excellent strings by our challenger. He wins this one 144 to 126, and right now, after 2, he leads 294 to 226.
Celebrates.
Third string, Dave Richards, very, very much in the lead, as you know, and it appears that unless something very unexpected occurs, once again, we will have a win by our challenger. The last 3 weeks, we've had the challenger victorious, which has made it difficult for us, well, not for me, but for Rotman's Furniture Store to give away a prize for the bowler who wins 3 programs in a row. For a while, it seemed like several of our bowlers were doing that. All right, on his spare, he gets a 7.